I'm sure you saw this leak. This was all over Twitter and the internet. Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra and regular S21. Holy camera! It's camera time. Hammer time.
What is that?
Hammer time. Camera time.
Yeah.
17 cameras. This was gonna have. No, I mean it looks still like 4 on that render, but it's just huge. The camera cutout curves around the whole thing. It's a big show off right now, man. If you're serious about smartphones and you don't have a giant camera module, you're not serious about smartphones. People, they're gonna dismiss you.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is in 2020. One thing I like, look how tiny the front-facing camera is. It's actually like a pinhole. It is tiny. It's all screen on there. And apparently, according to these leaks, the next model, Ultra model, is still going to have that enormous display, somewhere between 6.7, 6.9. But the physical dimensions are going to shrink because Samsung, they just pull that display. I mean, it's barely any bezel anymore at all.
Yeah, even the bottom bezel.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So one interesting thing, there's a bit more curvature to the end of the display, the edge of the display on the Ultra model compared to the standard model, which is going to be a little bit more flat because there will, of course, be more than one. You're currently using the S20, I believe. Yeah, so you see the difference when you go up to the Ultra.
Yep.
That thing's a tank, the current version, so anything they can do to trim it. And if you look at that render there, look at how it's bulging out. That's a huge camera.
Oh, this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and
a beast.
It's really like it's tied to the corner.
It's a very unique
edge
implementation. I'm curious, of course, to see it in the flesh in real life. This is the closest we're going to get at the moment. The other things coming out of this this particular leak is that the potential for it to have 2 zoom lenses hidden in there, which is part of the reason for the extra depth, a 3x and a 10x zoom. So never mind all the hybrids, just 2. Just there's your 10x, there's your 3x, all optical all day. So these things are, you know, it's getting carried away.
Yeah, it's a bit much, but hey, people got to take their photos.
Well, you know, the thing about it, Will, you're trying to sell a person a very premium smartphone, and you're trying to convince them that it's time for them to ditch their old one. It's hard. It's hard unless you're Apple. It's hard.
Yes. Every
time, and you can't just change the color, the design. You can't just stretch the screen. It has to feel like there's some new component there. And the cameras have sort of become that thing for you to say, look, here's what you got. You got not only you have better cameras, you have more cameras. And a person says, all right, fine.
Yeah.
You got me.
It's not a bad look as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a personal preference. It's a personal preference thing. It depends how thick it is. Of course, the regular S21 will exist for people who don't want the thickness. But for those that want super ultra mode and are proud of it, you have that option. And I really like the front of the device. The front of the device, if that pinhole front-facing camera is actually that small and the screen-to-body ratio is that, it's going to be pretty compelling to look at. So we will have to wait and see, but there's a glimpse at it.